Welcome to World Mission Topics, Lesson 1. I do not own the rights to this music. Today's topic is feared above all gods. Our lesson text is coming out of Psalm chapter 96, verses 1 through 13, and 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 5 through 7. Psalm 96. O sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth. Sing unto the Lord. Bless his name. Show forth his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Honor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Give unto the Lord, O ye kindreds of the people. Give unto the Lord glory and strength. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. O worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Fear before him all the earth. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. Let the heavens rejoice, and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. Let the field be joyful, and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness, and the people with his truth. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 5 through 7. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many, and lords many, but to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Jesus Christ, by whom are all things, and we by him. Howbeit, there is not in every man that knowledge, for some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled. The memory verse for today's lesson is Psalm chapter 96, verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. The key terms for today's lesson are idol, liturgical, and propagate. Idol, an image of representation of a god used as an object of worship. Liturgical, of or relating to public worship. Propagate, to spread and promote an idea, theory, widely. The suggested emphasis says, the historical context for this great song of praise was the restoration of the Ark of the Covenant to the religious life of the nation of Israel. King David had the ark retrieved from Obed-Edom's house, where it was held in safeguard after the death of Uzzah, and that's found in 1 Chronicles chapter 13, verse 10. The Levites bore the ark to Jerusalem and placed it in the new tabernacle David had constructed, and then, as part of the national celebration, the sons of Asaph sang a new composition by the sweet psalmist. The balance of that song became our 96th division of psalms. Emphasis 1. Surpassing glory and majesty. The song had been revised from its earlier version by the time it appeared in the psalm book. The opening clause, O sing unto the Lord a new song, was an addition to the text. The implication is that this revision pointed to some recent occasion that merited the renewed praises to God, rather than a look back to the historical events of First Chronicles. This is liturgical music. It was a part of the Israelite worship service. So every time they assembled, they had an opportunity for a fresh worship experience. The psalmist continues to assert that these praises should be universal. All the earth is invited to partake. The song exhorts us to show forth his salvation. We should proclaim how he saved and delivered us. We should publish the good news, evangelize, or spread the gospel. And we should do so from day to day, or whenever there is an opportunity. Moreover, this praise was not to be restricted to Israel, but among the heathen, among all people. Let everyone hear what God has done. Then the acclamation becomes comparative. The impotence of the gods of the nations is contrasted with the greatness of Yahweh. For all the gods of the nations are idols. And that is Psalm 96, verse 5. The Hebrew word for idols literally means nothings. The argument is that foreign nations are worshiping non-existent deities. There may be so-called gods, both in heaven and on earth, and some people actually worship many gods and many lords. But for us, there is one God, the Father, by whom all things were created, and for whom we live. And there is one Lord, Jesus Christ, through whom all things were created, and through whom we live. And that's 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 5 and 6. Emphasis 2. Invitation to the nations. The psalmist calls the families of the people of the world to come out of error. He exhorts them to worship the one true and living God, to ascribe glory and strength to him alone. Moreover, the Lord commands our right worship. Human beings must ascertain how he expects them to approach him and meet those expectations. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. O worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Fear before him all the earth. And that's Psalms chapter 96, verses 8 and 9. We are told what we owe God, the offerings, the array of holiness, the reverence. And then the psalmist also challenges believers to be personally involved in evangelizing the world. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. And that's Psalm chapter 96, verse 10. The redeemed understand the importance of a right relationship with God through Jesus Christ. They are well positioned to propagate the truth everywhere they go. Emphasis 3. The celebration of all creation. The second half of verse 10 alludes to events that follow the second coming of Christ. At such a time, the world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. We can presume this is referring to the new earth that will succeed the natural world that Peter says will be burned up. Christ will return as judge of the world and execute the Father's long-promised judgment. When the kingdom of Christ is visibly manifested in the new earth, all of creation will celebrate. The atmosphere, the land, the seas, and all their inhabitants, even the plant life, will be thankful for redemption. Against its will, all creation was subjected to God's curse. But with eager hope, the creation looks forward to the day when it will join God's children in glorious freedom from death and decay. And that's Romans chapter 8, verses 20 and 21. The missions application questions. And you can write down your answers and search the scriptures on your own. Question 1. Do you think that the song services at your church enable a fresh worship experience each time? What song would you like to sing at the next service? Question 2. Explain what it means to worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Question 3. How would you witness to a polytheist, someone who believes in more than one God? The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today.